Welcome to Street Gangs TV, SGTV. I was at the Intergenerational Forum in Leimert Park, Los Angeles, hosted by your man Davey D from Davey D's Hip Hop Corner, and I ran into the Godfather of Hip Hop, Afrika Bambaata. Got a chance to holler at him about hip hop today, hip hop back in the day, and the global expansion of hip hop. We even talked about street gangs in LA and New York, because he was once a member of the Black Spades back in the Bronx in the early 1970s. And he even touched on the planetary expansion of hip-hop. Yes, indeed. Take a listen.
Now, first and foremost, I remember about 20 years ago, you was on Nickelodeon in the early 80s with, I think, DJ Jazzy J talking about scratching. Here we are 20 years later. Could you have ever foresaw the growth of hip-hop from that day on that little-known show, Nickelodeon?
Well, as visionary in the Universal Zulu Nation, we always thought we were going to do something better of hip-hop to take it over the world into many different communities. So we had vision of this, but now our big vision is as we become galactic humans, that we start taking hip-hop when we start traveling to other planets. Because they said by 2007, the guy from Virgin Records already got it, as long as you got $100,000, you could get ready to go see certain things in space. So they definitely get ready to take us there. So we want to see hip-hop as we travel to many of the other places where we thought we could never go before.
Well, I guess the first place we could take hip-hop is to the moon, because we've definitely been there and back.
Well, they're working with the moon, they're working with Mars and stuff, and we got to remember the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said. He taught about some of the places back with how they used to live.
So what is your main critique about 2005 and sort of like the hip-hop generation right now?
Well, the hip-hop generation, there's a lot of them that got to wake up from the spell of Kinku, the spell of sleep, the spell of Leviathan, 666. It goes, we got to get people back to that fifth element of hip-hop, get them back to the knowledge. So too many are caught up on just the partying, and not dealing with all the elements of hip-hop. They just deal with the rap side of hip-hop. So we got to let them know it's a culture. And come back to that fifth element, the knowledge. So without the knowledge, this is what controls and holds everything together.
Now, you're known for working with the gangs in the Bronx and New York during the 70s. You're in Los Angeles, pretty much the gang capital of the United States. Have you ever thought of exporting your philosophy to a place like Los Angeles that can use it?
Well, I've been speaking to our brothers and sisters since the 70s in Los Angeles. When everybody was talking about they got East Coast, West Coast, Zulu Nation never had that. But we had the Zulus on the West Coast, we had the Zulus on the East Coast, we had Zulus in the South, the North, so, we had no problems like that. So we had brothers who was among the Crips and the Bloods. We had brothers and sisters who was on the El Rookers and the groups in Chicago. So we didn't have no problem going from place to place and speak with our brothers and sisters. And still to the day, I had talks when Eazy-E and them had problems. I had talks when Above the Law and them had problems with Ice Cube. And wherever my people still have problems, if I could be a blessing to try to squash something, then I'm there. Or with any people on the planet Earth.
Now, what do you think about how New York has changed in the last, since the late 90s in terms of Bloods and Crips there? Because I'm from New York originally, and I go back there, and I'm shocked to see that this LA gang culture has penetrated places like the Bronx, New York, Harlem, Brooklyn. What is your view of all of that?
Well, we in the streets too, speaking to a lot of our brothers and sisters there, because they got the misconception of what they being taught or what Crips and Bloods was, and they're not even understanding what Jim Brown and all of them been doing out here with American, and some trying to organize the brothers and sisters to stop the violence. The Honorable Minister Farrakhan, when he sat down with the Bloods and Crips and organized them to stop the violence. The Honorable Minister Khalid Muhammad, when he went and used Bloods, Crips, and other groups together to stop that, when they took the black man and put him in chains in Texas and pulled them apart and killed them, how he used a lot of the street gangs to stop them from violence with each other to become warriors for the community. And that's just basically how we have to speak to our brothers and sisters and come with some type of plan to get them out the situation they're in, and let them see that money is their God, but our people is what they should be respected.